Hi guys, and as usual, welcome to another kit review. Okay, so today we're having a look at one of these. It is a British Mark IV male WW1 heavy tank. It is from Emhar. The kit number is EM4001. It's in 1/35 scale. Okay, and this kit came out in 1992. And as you can probably see, this kit is still sealed in the plastic, although that's not going to last very long because we're just about to do a review on it. Okay, so first up, let's have a look at the box. Right, standard British Mark IV tank. It is a male because it does have on the sponsons on either side 2 6-pounder guns rather than the female, which had 5 303 Lewis guns. Secondary armament on the male was 3 of the 303 Lewis guns. Okay, so males always have the sponson with the 6-pounder. Females just have the Lewis guns. All right. There were, I believe, something like 1,200 of the Mark IVs made. About 420 were males. Just under 600 were females, and the rest, about 200, were actually unarmed supply tanks, which carried some ammunition and whatever with the tanks. Okay, so that's the front. Let's have a look at the sides. On the sides, you'll see there is an alternative decals one, which is a German Mark IV male. Okay, it does have here a brief English history, including specifications, measurements, etc. And yes, the Germans did use them. The Germans used 40 captured Mark IV tanks at the end of the war. The tank, this Mark IV, right, was introduced in 1917. Okay, late in the war. Let's have a look at the other side. 14 plus warnings. Okay, just a copy of the box art. Actually looks better. I would have preferred the full box art that you see there. Usual glue not included. On the back, turn that around. On the back you'll see other kits from Emhar, including an A7 WW1 tank, also of course a Mark IV female, okay, and lots of aircraft figure kits, etc. Even a Mark IV tadpole. The tadpole was an experimental. It had an extended rear on the tank. It wasn't used in combat. It was purely experimental and really didn't do the job it was supposed to do. Okay, so that's what's on the outside of the box. Let's open this up. Alright, bear with me while I tear this open. I know it's not mint anymore. Oh god, what are we going to do? The world is going to end because, oh my god, it's not mint. Sorry guys, but you know, oh, it's a struggle. There you go, she's gone. Okay, so let's have a look. So, not much to this kit. They're not in plastic bags, as you can see. So it's just thrown in the box. This is your top and bottom. One sprue. Next sprue is parts of the sides. Next sprue out is the main parts of the sides. Okay. Here we have just some wheels, bracing, the 6-pounder guns, and the link and length tracks, which are not plastic. Okay. They feel more like vinyl or like a hard plastic because, as you can see, it's not plastic, which is going to be an interesting thing to try. But they do look quite good. Okay, decal sheet. Okay, German and British. Okay, which is really good. And what looks like very basic instruction sheet. Okay, so let me clear all this up and we'll have a look at the instructions and the decals in a second. Okay, so let's have a look at these very basic instructions. Okay, just a single fold out sheet, nothing exciting in this one. Okay, on the front here we have a repeat of the history of the tank and all the specifications. It's in German, French, English and Italian. Overleaf, you've just got very basic, tells you assemble section, cement, etc. There are no color callouts in this instructions. Literally, there's a debate as to whether the tanks were olive drab or khaki, something similar to that. So Google references to get the correct painting for these. Okay, and let's have a look where we start. Just putting together the two 6-pounder. Okay, this is a swiveling section. This is the sponson on the outside. It does have a Lewis gun on each one, which looks like it will rotate because it says do not glue. Okay, main goes into that. These are your drive wheels. This is the front of the tank. This is where the driver looked through. He also did have a Lewis gun. Okay, this is a box that goes on the back, and there's your tracks, and it does say here that the tracks will glue together with normal glue. Okay, so apparently step 9, you put the tracks together, then you put the top and bottom and the back on, then you put the sides on, and well, these are the inner sides I should say, and then you put the outer sides on with the tracks in between and the drive wheels. Okay, so you do have 4 drive wheels, 2 of each, back and front of course, and then you put the rails on the top. So these are for your fascines, I think that's the right way to pronounce them, which were just large bundles of wood, timber, trees, etc., which they rolled forward and filled up a trench so the tank could get across. Outside sponsons are going on, and that's it. 13 steps and it's complete. Overleaf, so it doesn't give you a painting guide per se. It does basically say the same thing I just mentioned about colors. It does mention it in the 4 different languages, but literally it just says it was either olive drab or it could have been dark khaki. The Germans did camouflage their tanks. Okay, these are the ones that they dug out of the trenches and the mud, etc., after Cambrai and the other battles, and reused. But that's basically it. So it does show you where the decals go, but as with painting, again, you'll need to use your Google references to the right paint. It does say FS, so it does give FS colors here for the German tanks, but again, Google references. Okay, so that's your basic instructions. So let's have a look at the decals. Okay, so these are the decals. They are copyrighted 1992, so they are what, 30 years old. It should be interesting. I may have to get some aftermarkets because they do look a little bit yellow, so we'll see. But as you can see, German and British tanks, fairly simple, fairly straightforward. I'll give you a close-up shot of those anyway. And yes, both the Germans and the British loved to name their tanks. Okay, so that's the decals, that's the instructions. In a second, we'll actually have a look at the sprues. Okay, so let's have a look at the sprues, and there are only 4 sprues in this tank. And the first one we look at is top and bottom of the hull. Okay, these are your sponsons where the 6-pounders go in. Let's have a look, see. Okay, so that's really nice bolt detail. It does look quite crisp. All right, so no, there are no opening doors on this kit, so that's you know, these are your access doors for the crew. Okay, that is where your 6-pounder sits, and this is where your Lewis gun pokes out of. All right, there's the rest of the hull. There is a little bit of flash around the edges that I can see, but it's minimum cleanup. Okay, so I do like that. That's quite nice. And it is quite a decent sized tank. Okay, really decent sized tank. So that's the upper and lower parts of the hull. The next we'll have a look at, this is the outside of the hull. Okay, front and back. All right, this is where your 6-pounders go. Nice detail. Okay, so once she's painted up with a really nice wash on that, you'll bring out all those rivets and stuff like that. Not a hard thing to put together. Fairly basic kit. I did read a review ages and ages ago where someone built one of these and apparently put the hull on upside down. That's basically because the instructions are very vague. So take care and use your internet image references to get the tank, you know, the hull looking just the way it should be. Okay, so that's really nice. There's nothing to see on the other side. Lots of molding indents and pips and things, but you won't see those because there are no opening hatches or anything on this tank. Now the next sprue is this one. So literally this is where your track runs. Okay, this is the back of the tank. This is the driver's box, so to speak. That's where a Lewis gun comes through. And again, really nice. Okay, so the hinge detail and stuff like that on these hatches, and it's a pity they don't open, is quite good, and the whole thing will come out really well with a nice wash over it. Okay, really sharp. Yeah, there's a little bit of flash around some of the smaller parts, but that's easy cleaned up. These are the Lewis guns, so they may need a bit of cleanup and a bit of fine tuning, I think. But apart from that, unless you've got some spare Lewis guns lying around somewhere in 35th scale, you're probably going to end up using these ones anyway. Okay, so that's the framework of the hull, I should say. And the only other sprue I've got to show you is all the bits and pieces. So these are your drive sprockets, so to speak, exhaust pipe, your 6-pounder guns, okay, and the parts of the framework. So let's have a look. So unfortunately they've put the joins for the drive sprockets exactly where the actual sprocket teeth is on these ones. That's just annoying. Alright, 6-pounder guns, they do have holes in the end, although I can already see there will be a bit of tidy up needed on those. Exhaust pipe again, basically the only thing you're going to have to do with the exhaust pipe is drill a hole in the end to make it look like an exhaust pipe. Okay, but apart from that, again, there's very little flash, just the usual mold lines to clean up. Alright, it is a fairly simple basic kit to construct. Okay, so that is the last of the sprues. So like I said, there's only 4 screws. And the only other thing to show you is these. 2 sets of these. These are the track. Okay. Put that one aside. Let's have a look. So it is kind of, it's not link and length. It's all length and length and length. I'm not sure how it's going to go about bending around the fairly tight curve, but we'll see. But it does, see, it is a vinyl, and they do say it glues, so we'll see. But the detail on those tracks, it's really nice. I do like that detail. Okay, there's even detail on that side, and you won't see it. Right, this is the inside, and that's the outside. But I do like that. I do like those tracks. It will be interesting to actually put them together. And that, guys, is it. That is Emhar's Mark IV male WW1 heavy battle tank, 1/35 scale, kit number EM4001. Okay, as I said, came out in 1992. Fairly simple, basic kit, but still, once it's painted up, give it a bit of weathering, and especially a lot of mud and you name it, because these things did get really dirty, and it should be quite an impressive little tank. Okay, so yep, cost me about $40, and I'm quite happy with what I picked up, especially as it was still sealed from 1992. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this one. As usual, thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your comments, always appreciated. Okay, and as usual, like normal, guys, until next time, thanks for watching, and take it easy, and I'll see you later.